Hello guys, it's me, Sam13, and here is the fourth part of the Megaman Let's Play. You might notice something weird this time, the fact that it does actually say that Cartman has already been beaten. It's because the save file was made after I'd actually beaten them, but a lot of stuff has happened, which was also why it's taken so long for me to make any other content. First of all, usual lack of motivation, that's one thing. Second reason is I seem to have given myself food poisoning because I'm just terrible at cooking, which on top of my usual insomnia, which makes like sleeping just annoying, it wasn't that good. And then there was the third thing, which was what was it? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, I got a game maker. So as well as trying to do the videos and the occasional written review, which at the moment I'm just doing random flash games every so often, I'm playing around with that and I haven't really got anything proper done. I've sort of worked out how objects work, how backgrounds work and how rooms work enough to put together something that looks like the worst space shootery thing ever. You know, the one where the player is at the bottom of the screen and there's just enemies above and you shoot them. That sort of thing. It's terrible, but you know, it's something. If I changed up the sprites so they didn't look shit, like random placeholders, and made the enemies randomly spawn in, it would be a game. Just a very, very lazy and terrible one. The fourth thing is though, I've spent 2 entire days fixing a laptop that my uncle has. It's an Acer Aspire Acer Aspire ES 523. I think there's a 15 in there or something. Something along that lines. I've spent 2 whole days getting that working because the dad he bought it from did something which screwed it up. Basically, made it so the install wasn't there. And I tried everything. I made this CD, a Windows 10 CD, only to find out that there isn't a CD drive. It is literally just a plastic placeholder. And yes, I'm doing terrible. And after finding out it's the placeholder, I tried to make a USB, only to find out that my USB is dead, because every time that I actually need a USB, that's when they stop working, is when I actually properly need them. That's like a curse I have, literally. That must be the 5th one that's happened to. So USB was out the window. I tried my uncle's USB CD drive. He does actually have a USB CD drive, however it's very terrible and it does not work. So it would have been nice to know that before I tried using it, so that was out the window. So there's all these things out the window, and then the only thing it was left was network booting. Tried network booting from straight one laptop to the other. Of course, I don't have specialised cables, so that was impossible. Let's just skip this. Ta-da! And the whole idea was I had to put both laptops in the hallway, which really peed off Nan. First, Windows 10, that crashed. Turns out it doesn't like, the software just doesn't like Windows 10 installing, so I couldn't install Windows 10. Then I tried Windows 7. Windows 7 it just didn't like, because at first it just didn't work. Then I found out you had to manually install the network drivers. I manually installed some network drivers, it still didn't work. The reason was because the laptop only takes Windows 8 or Windows 10. That's what the drivers are for. So I downloaded a Windows 10 ISO, because at this point you're not going to try making it genuine until you've actually got a copy that works, and then you'll get a product key for it. Or at least that's how a lot of people probably do it. Because if you bought Windows 10, well, I wouldn't be the one to buy it, but oh damn it, I didn't put the thing on. If you bought Windows, like a Windows copy, and it didn't work, that would be really disappointing. So basically, I got a Windows 8 ISO, and that crashed immediately, just crashed. And then I realised that I had got on a 32-bit, and for some reason the 32 bits just didn't want to work, despite the fact that the computer, from what I could tell from the drivers, it's meant to be compatible with 32-bit as well, so you could have 32-bit or 64-bit. So I downloaded a 64-bit one, and that sort of worked, but obviously it asked for a product key. I couldn't get a product key like straight away. I couldn't tell, I had to my uncle to just get a product key, because he's already spent a lot of money on the laptop itself. And so I got that. I did this little trick that you could do on Windows 8 to temporarily skip the product key. It doesn't activate the Windows, it's not illegal, it was put there pretty much just to get past it. And after that, it was finally done. Well, other than crashing once because it was a network boot, but by the time it crashed, all the files to install was already on the hard drive itself, so I didn't actually need to network boot it the next time. The problems it has now is it doesn't detect the hard drive straight away, so you need to go to the boot menu every time. There's some more drivers to install, and a whole load of other stuff, you know, like installing apps and stuff that he wants. But yeah, that was the fourth part of the Megaman Let's Play. It's a bit weird not actually talking about the Let's Play and instead talking about something else, but you know, I hope you found it interesting, and I will see you next time.